Alright, let's see how much of this I can remember. Haven't flown the Tomcat in a while. Not sure how long I've got before the server restarts. And I'm probably going to have some freezing issues as I have been having in Growling Sidewinder server, but we'll see how we go. Hopefully it will not be too bad. Oxygen. Seat. TACAN is already set.
Wilco. ICS comm check.
Ah, crap. Looks like my backup ADI is playing up on me.
Okay.
Not sure why it does this. Sometimes it just refuses to work.
I'm closing the canopy.
Okay, looks like all the warning lights work.
Ready to start. Copy. Okay.
the alignment now. It should be pretty quick. And then we'll be off. I haven't flown this for a while, so I'm probably going to be pretty rusty. Not that I was ever very good at it to start with, but we'll see how we go. I'm on Georgia at War, so I'm not fighting players, just AI. I don't think I'd really want to do any PvP in the Tomcat unless I had a human Rio, just because it makes it a little easier to make sure I don't accidentally shoot a friendly. Makes it a little easier to know what's going on around me. Jester can actually be counterproductive at times, especially if they get close to you. And he'll start calling out contacts like 200 miles away. So he's useful, but he's definitely no substitute.
Ready to taxi.
There we go, we're ready to go. You can really see my rudder pedals spazzing out down there. That's why I'm taxiing around gingerly, because I know my rudder's screwed, so... Until I get some new pedals, which might be a fair distance off in the future, I've got to be really careful on the carrier deck, because there's not a lot of room for error, and I do not have very good control over the nozzle steering. Are we not close enough? Ah, no. I thought I was right near it. We'll get better at estimating that. Just a little bit more. And now I'm way past the shuttle, I gotta go around again. Seriously? I don't think I'm gonna make this turn. It's gonna be really close. No, I'm not gonna make it. Oh, maybe. See, this is my problem. My freaking rudder is screwing me over here. I really prefer when I get catapult spawns because I don't have to worry about this shit. No, there's no way I'm making that. Okay, maybe there is. I'm also not used to this view, seeing over the side of the deck like that. Oh, no, there we go. Somehow it fell. Had heaps of room, but somehow it fell. Let's try that again. My game's freezing a lot again. No, I don't want that one. Not that one either. Where is it? There we go. That's what we want. Actually, I better leave that on. DCS, please. Why am I freezing? What is near me that's causing me to freeze? This is... Either we're too close to the shore and it's rendering the ground. Oh, it's probably that guy. It's probably him. See, this is the problem now. Whenever DCS starts loading textures, it freezes my game. Especially on servers like this, where there's a lot of players and it gets really crowded. I'm just gonna give it a minute. I don't want it to be doing that one, trying to taxi around or take off. Game's totally frozen. Well, I did want to get some Tomcat practice in, but it looks like that's not going to happen. Because my game is locked up. Can't do anything. In fact, it's frozen my entire PC. Well, this is great. Bear with me for a minute, guys. We're gonna get rid of the music because I don't think my browser's helping the situation right now. It's taking up so much memory. I have 32 gigabytes of RAM and I still can't play this game and have my browser open at the same time. It's fucking ridiculous, if I'm honest. DCS is using 15 gigabytes of memory, and I haven't even left the carrier yet. But hey, at least it appears to be unfrozen now. We're just gonna have to deal with having no music. Right. So that's all the warning lights. They work. Fire lights work. All of that works. Still freezing though.
ICS comm check. Can you hear? Roger that. Closing canopy. Check. Yes, sir.
Come on, Jester. Oh no. No, no, no. Not this shit again. I swear to God. Oh, for fuck's sake. I gotta move the plane. The carrier's turning. Every time the carrier starts steering, the planes start lagging across the surface of it. I'm gonna fall off the deck if I don't fucking move. And we get a, hey, what are you doing from the ground crew? But, I mean, I have to. I don't have a choice here. I cannot believe ED still have not fixed this bug. This has been a known issue for years, and they have never fixed it. So yeah, if you're on the carrier deck and the carrier starts turning, look out, because this is what happens. I'm probably nowhere near... Yeah, I'm nowhere near the cat. Oh, for fuck's sake. I'm gonna have to go around again and hope I do it before I fall off. And I can't steer left because of my broken rudder pedals. So if you can see the way the aircraft's jolting around, that is because of the carrier turning. Every time the carrier turns, this happens. And the only way to avoid it is either to not be on the carrier when it's turning, or to already be hooked up to a cat. I think wheel chocks might work, but I'm not sure. I'm going to fall off the deck again, probably. I don't have the turn radius to make this. I'm so pissed off about these pedals. There we go. I'm literally digging with my heel into the left pedal and pushing the right pedal so far forwards I'm probably gonna break that one as well, just to get a decent turn radius. And what I'm worried about now is the fact that I moved while Jester was trying to set up the INS is going to screw the plane. Like, generally, if you move at all during alignment, Jester bugs out and he won't respond to anything for the rest of the, not just the rest of the flight, but until you respawn the aircraft. So your plane is basically dead once that happens. Okay, I think the carrier has stopped turning. I think. I sure hope it has. But if you can see my pedals, like, just juddering back and forth on screen, I'm, like, my foot input is fine. Like, I've got that against the stops right now, and it's still doing it. There's something wrong with these pedals. And I wish now that, when I bought them, because I had the money to do it at the time, I wish I'd dropped another $100 or $200 and bought a better pair of pedals, because these are really not up to the task at all. Like, these might maybe be entry-level pedals for, you know, a civilian flight simulator or something, but they do not work in DCS at all. And it's just got worse since they broke. We're probably going to be off center of the cat, but as long as we can hook up, there we go. Hopefully we'll be okay. So now, Jester, if you would like to cat align.
Yep.
Yeah, I think we're bugged out now. It doesn't look like it's aligning at all. Come on, Jester. This is part of the reason why I don't really fly the Tomcat. I mean, one is that I don't really enjoy flying it unless I have a human Rio. The other is that this server tends to be a bit of a clusterfuck for me, and the third reason is this. Like, 9 times out of 10 when I spawn in the Tomcat, something stupid happens. Either someone spawns next to me and immediately hits me, or the ship gets hit by missiles, which wipe me out, or someone misses the landing area, or Jester just decides he doesn't want to work, or this, which is I have to rush over to the cat because the carrier's turning and I'm going to fall off otherwise, and then it screws my plane. So now I can't align, and without an alignment I basically can't do anything. We're going to tell him to abandon the startup, which is probably going to bug him out even worse, but there's not really much else I can do. See, I can't tell him to start up now. There's just nothing I can get him to do. We're gonna respawn the aircraft again. I'm getting so sick of this. But yeah, that the carrier bug is a known thing. ED have known about it since forever. They've never fixed it, and I doubt they ever will.
Chief, turn on the ground power. Copy. Chief, connect ground air supply. Ground power is now on. Ground air supply is now connected.
I think this is going to be my last attempt. If something goes wrong here, I'm just going to give up. I'm not really in the mood for dealing with this bullshit today.
Request refueling. Request rearming.
Sure, the TACAN and radio are set.
Wilco. ICS comm check. Okay. Wilco. Closing canopy. Check. Okay, ready to start.
Don't know why they turned themselves off.
Chief, turn off the ground power. Chief, disconnect ground air supply.
Okay.
Just gotta wait for the alignment, and hopefully this time nothing will go wrong. Fingers crossed.
Uzi 5-1, Overlord, pop-up group, 045435.
Okay, should be just about ready now.
Ready to taxi.
Not quite there yet. There we go, that's better. We're hooked in. This is the part where an anti-ship missile comes straight at the Stennis and hits us. Judging by my luck so far today.
Bandit, Bra, 035, 29 miles, 1,600. And a Bandit 2-ship, Bra, 065, 44 miles, 200 feet. And a friendly, Bra, 065, 43 miles, Angels 2. Friendly 4-ship, Bra, 345, 34 miles, Angels 14. And a Bandit 2-ship, Bra, 055, 47 miles. We've got a friendly, 045, 47 miles, Angels 17. Looks like nails, 1 o'clock. We have a friendly, 010, 53 miles, Angels 11. Wilco. Can't do that, sir.
Oh shit, that's too quite close.
Target, 22 miles.
What is that? Helicopter? It's like a pair of helicopters. No point wasting Phoenixes on them. I think... Is that an Mi-26 or an Mi-24? Looks like a 26. It's a Sparrow target, I think. And DCS is starting to freeze.
We've got 17.
It's quite low. Well, it's a helicopter, of course it's quite low. I'll get a bit closer before I engage.
I've got nails, 4 o'clock. Target, 12 miles.
Looks like he might be about to land. We'll solve that.
Target, 7 miles.
Oh, for fuck's
I lost
sake.
lock.
Of course.
Now there's dirt at 2 o'clock.
Oh, did we
Flash.
get him? There's another helicopter here. Circus 14 Fox 1 Mi-26.
Target, 6 miles. Looks like there's dirt at
Should
4
get him.
o'clock. And, oh, nails, 3 o'clock.
Did it miss? I think it might have. Nope. We got him.
Flash,
Took a lot longer to get there than I thought it would.
I lost lock. Copy that. Let's do this. Bandit, 045, 23 miles. Dirt, 12. Spike, 2 o'clock. Wilco. I have a lock. $17 miles.
It's a fucking Tomcat, Jester.
Heads up, nails, 3 o'clock.
Or are there actually enemy Tomcats now?
Oh, you son of a... I lost the lock.
No, that's
You spiked it,
friendly.
buddy. There's a bandit. Raw. 090, 67
Go for that
miles.
one, I guess.
We've got a bandit. 115, 64 miles. Shit, spike, 1 o'clock. We've got a bandit 2-ship, raw, 100, 18 miles. Nails, 11 o'clock.
Don't know. Why Jester likes to lock up the furthest target in TWS. I really don't. But it's annoying. I wish he'd stop doing it. This guy's about
Nails,
50
12
miles
o'clock.
out. Don't know what altitude. Left side is altitude, I think. So they're quite low. Jester, do you think you could actually lock something up?
Roger. I have a lock. Target, 34 miles.
SG's 33 maybe?
Looks like nails, 1 o'clock. And nails, 11 o'clock. And nails, 12 o'clock. And dirt, 10 o'clock.
This one for Fox 3 flanker.
Target, 26 miles. Mud, 11 o'clock. Look out, man. Singer, 11 o'clock. It's game time. Missile, 2 o'clock. Hot. Break right. Spike on our nose, 12 o'clock. Sink rate's 2. Target, 20 miles.
Bad time to freeze, DCS. Assume that Phoenix is still tracking.
Shit, spike, 1 o'clock. I lost lock. Bandit, SU-27, 1 o'clock. 3 miles. Damn it, I lost the lock. 2 o'clock.
Shit. Oh, they're right on me. Engines in secondary mode, we're going to lose our flight controls soon.
5 o'clock. One o'clock. 9 o'clock high.
Yeah, there go the flight controls. Come on. Come on. No. Well, that didn't go so well. Just to get out as well. No, I can see through my own head. Oh, yeah, there he is. He's right next to me. Well, that could have gone a lot better. I made a mistake in firing on the further of those targets, and also just not breaking away. I should have just let the Phoenix do its thing, especially knowing the Phoenix is broken and doesn't lose track like it would in real life. Because if you fire an STT and break off like that, as soon as you lose them on the radar, the Phoenix goes stupid. Which is not modelled in DCS, because the Phoenixes in this are broken as fuck. We're going to start from an airfield, just so I don't have to deal with that bullshit on the carrier again. I really am not in the mood for my aircraft to fall off the deck because of an ancient DCS bug, which ED have never bothered fixing. So we're going to fly from the airfield. And this time I will try not to fly directly into an Su-27. I am still having... That's not what I wanted to press. I'm still having, like, a lot of freezing issues with DCS, as you probably may have noticed there. It's not that the stream's dropping frames. That end of things is fine. The problem is just that DCS is actually freezing on me constantly. Got a sound bug of some sort going on here as well, which is great. After this flight, I might actually see about landing on the carrier, but for now... Actually, I'll put that down. For now, we're just going to fly from the airfield, because really, I don't want to have to deal with that again.
Okay. ICS comm check. Roger.
I forgot to arm myself. That's,
Closing canopy.
That's
Check.
a pretty great idea.
Ready to start. Roger.
Turn off the ground power. Chief, disconnect ground air supply.
Gonna go ahead and unsweep the wings now, because it's pretty quiet down here, so I'm probably not gonna hit anyone by doing it, and it just lets me get the aircraft set up a bit quicker.
Roger.
So we're 2 for 3 at the moment. Both my kills were helicopters, and 2 of my 3 losses were due to DCS bugs. Well, one was my rudder pedals actually, the other was a DCS bug. And the third one was just due to me being careless, amongst other things. It's pretty quiet on here at the moment. Looks like we're about ready. We good back there, Jester? Looks like we're aligned.
Ready to taxi.
Okay, which end of the runway did we spawn at? We're at Anapa? Oh, we're right up the end. 2-2. No one on final. We're taking off. Enough traffic, Circus 1 for F-14 entering and rolling runway 22 for east departure, Anapa. This is as tight as I can turn left with these broken pedals. And I have no toe brakes on the left side either. Come on. Let me turn. Oh shit, that doesn't look good. Okay, there we go.
Friendly 2-ship, Bra, 240, 1 mile. And a friendly, Bra, 180, 20 miles, Angels 18. And a friendly, Bra, 150, 28 miles, Angels 14. Traffic, Sentry, 8 o'clock high, 13 miles. Bandit, 125, 29 miles. And a Bandit, Bra, 090, 15 miles. Looks like Nails, 7 o'clock. And Nails, 9 o'clock. Yep, that's good at 11 o'clock. Get ready. 10 o'clock. Hot. Brake right. Looks like Nails, 10 o'clock. And shit, a Singer. 7 o'clock. Missile, missile, missile. 6 o'clock. Hot. Brake right. Missile, 7 o'clock. Hot. Brake right.
I think he's calling out outgoing missiles, but just to be safe, we'll break off, come back in. There's a mess of shit all around Anapa, which is where we're flying from.
Nails, 8 o'clock. Target, 15 miles. Nails, 2 o'clock. That's a Frogfoot. Target, 13 miles.
Circus 1-4, Fox 1, SU-25 at east of Anapa. Oh, hello. Hey, Tawny. Thanks for the raid, dude. We're having a bit of a scuffed one today. I died twice to DCS issues, then I flew into a flanker, so... We'll see how much more we can fly the Tomcat before I rage quit, and then I might do some Mirage
11
stuff.
miles.
Land on the carrier? Yeah, I will later. After this flight, I think. Is that going to track or what?
Whoa, we've got Nails, 3 o'clock.
I swear the SU-25s in this are more dangerous than the
Target,
flankers.
8 miles. Alright, those are some Nails, 2 o'clock.
We'll give him another Sparrow. Circus 1-4, Fox 1 again. Come on. Please hit. I don't want to get into a gunfight with this guy. The SU-25 is surprisingly maneuverable.
Target, 7 miles.
Where did my Sparrow go? Did it just say no and leave? Where the fuck is it? I won't have to waste a Sidewinder on him.
Looks like Nails, 1 o'clock.
It's around him. There's a friendly in there as well somewhere. I don't know, we might have to go guns on this guy. But, I mean, if you look at the way he's flying...
Target, 6 miles.
So this is the thing, right? fighters in DCS, once they get an enemy behind them,
Friendly.
will start doing
Warthog,
endless
12
vertical
o'clock,
loops,
5
so they're
miles.
really easy targets. The Su-25s are nightmares. They're all over the place.
Target, 5
They don't fly
miles.
predictably at all. Like, look at this guy. He doesn't even have a missile out on him and he's jinking like crazy. If the fighters flew like this, they'd actually be hard to fight. Okay, looks like he's in a steady turn now.
Target, 4 miles.
So I just wasted 2 Sparrows for nothing. Which is great. There's a bunch of crap off my right, which hopefully will not be a factor in this engagement.
This is it.
Oh shit, Jester.
Fight, 6 o'clock, 12
It
o'clock.
begins!
Reach out and touch him. Closing.
There we go. I think that's the first time I've actually guns killed a 25 in this thing and not had it immediately get on my tail and kill me. They are, like, deceptively dangerous. Let's get some altitude. Wait, 112 for 18? Shit, that's really close.
We have a bandit. Bra, 105, 16 miles, 1,600. And a bandit. Bra, 095, 38 miles. You've spiked a friendly. Target, 15 miles. Nails, 12 o'clock. And
I'm not
nails,
sure that's the
1
friendly,
o'clock.
dude.
And dirt, 11 o'clock.
Maybe it is a
You spiked
friendly.
a friendly. We locked a buddy.
Come on.
You spiked a friendly.
The airspace in front of us is such a mess right now. Is the gun supposed to sound super desynced? What do you mean? It's a Gatling gun, dude. It just sounds like a, you know, brute noise. That's all it does. Oh my god, what a fucking mess. What?
We have a bandit, 150, 35 miles.
What have we even
1,700.
got locked right now?
We've got nails, 1 o'clock.
There's something right off the nose, according to the data link, which I cannot see. It might be another helicopter. There we go.
That's nails.
Su-25,
2 o'clock.
yep. I think we will use the sidewinders on this guy. I don't want to...
Target, 13 miles.
What else is around here? We might get away with guns, maybe. But if I get into a dogfight with him, it's going to be very bad.
That's a
Oh,
frog
I didn't
foot.
notice that. I'll have to check next time I fire them. I mean, it does have... Like, the guns will have a slight spin-up time because, you know, Gatling guns. You know what? Let's go for a gunshot. Why not? It's going to be a
Target,
head-on merge.
6 miles. Party time.
Pretty low on ammo, though. for the gun.
12 o'clock. 12 o'clock.
Sounds perfectly synced for me.
12 o'clock. 11 o'clock.
Bit of jet wash there as we cut up behind him.
5 o'clock low. 7
see
o'clock
Jess.
low. On his 6. Go get him.
Thank
Right
you.
smack on the nose.
I will check who that was in a minute. Try not to lose sight of this guy. There's something
You got
behind
this.
him as
Shoot
well. It
him.
might be a... Is it a wingman for him, or is that a friendly for us? That's another SU-25, it looks like.
You got this. Shoot him. He's dead ahead. Dead ahead.
I think his wingman's the better target. He's a little further back. If I pull onto the leader, this guy can pull onto me.
He's ours now. Closing.
Come on.
12 o'clock. 12 o'clock. Closing.
He's jettisoned his weapons.
Three o'clock. Three o'clock low.
Get a bit closer. Out of gun.
4 o'clock. Spike. 11
Worth it.
o'clock. Splash.
The gun sounds fine
5
to me.
o'clock.
Like, it's...
2 o'clock.
I can hear the sound as soon as I pull the trigger. The Warthog has a 2-stage trigger, so maybe you're hearing the first click, but it fires on the second detent. So, it's synchronized, it
4
just
o'clock.
might not seem like it.
Four o'clock.
We'll finish this other one off with a Sidewinder, I guess.
Keep it up. We're on a 6.
Not seeing him. Oh, there we go.
You have him now.
That should track. He's not flaring, which is rare for an SU-25. Smack.
Splash. Bandit is going down.
They got our AWACS, which is great. I thought it was a bit quiet on the radio.
There's dirt, 11 o'clock. And dirt, 12 o'clock. Shoot him, he's right
I'm sorry,
there.
what?
Copy that.
What? Shoot who, Jester? What the fuck? Has that guy not crashed yet? Or is there a helicopter or something out here? I don't know. Okay, these aircraft off my nose
Shit, nails, 1
might be
o'clock.
friendly, but I'm not sure.
That's
That
a
don't look
fish
so
bed.
friendly.
Target, 11 miles.
Do we have any MiG-21s? Yes, we do.
Nails, 2 o'clock.
Yeah, you can post links in chat.
Nails, 11 o'clock. And whoa, Spike, 11 o'clock.
Was it just the gun sound, or is it the sound in general?
Fish
Because
bed,
OBS
11
might be
o'clock.
fucking up.
2 miles,
But for me, on my end, on my PC, the gun sound is fine.
12 o'clock, 11 o'clock. Spike, 11 o'clock. Missile, 11 o'clock. Hot.
Oh, shit.
Missile. No, we took a hit.
Oh,
Looks
fuck,
like we have
okay,
some
so that
fuselage
wasn't a
damage.
friendly MiG.
Mud Spike, 3 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock. Bandit, 2 o'clock, 4 miles.
I've got no gun, no Sidewinders, no Sparrows. I'm down to Phoenixes.
Mud Spike, 12 o'clock.
compressor stall because we took some engine damage. Are you going to call him out, Jester, or are you just going to sit there? We've lost our radar. I do love how you get wing shake with the compressor stalls, that's pretty cool. We're out of flares now too.
Shit, that's a Stinger. 12 o'clock. Sam. 12 o'clock. Hot. Missile. 12 o'clock. Hot. Brake left. Sam. 12 o'clock. Hot. Spike. On her 4 o'clock. Missile.
I'm in a really bad place right now.
Brake right.
Oh god. Why did I fly towards the green smoke?
Missile. 3 o'clock. Hot. Brake left. Sam. 1 o'clock.
Please run out of ammo.
Hot.
Oh my god. The engines are in secondary mode, so I've got no afterburner.
5 o'clock. Hot.
So I don't really have a lot of speed here. That's going to hit.
Hot. Hey,
I think.
We got nailed 6 o'clock.
Oh my god. Oh my god, I saw that one go under me.
I think we got a Stinger. 11 o'clock. And nails. 8 o'clock. Missile. 11 o'clock. Hot. Brake right.
How many fucking SAM sites? Oh my lord. Okay. Well, this is a lot more exciting than I intended it to be. We're just gonna get the fuck out while I need to use my backup compass. The other one's dead.
Missile. 5 o'clock. Hot. Brake left. Missile. 5 o'clock. Brake left. Two o'clock. Missile. 11 o'clock. Hot. 5 o'clock. 6 o'clock. Spike. 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock high. 9 o'clock. 3 o'clock. He's gonna fire.
We have bigger problems right now, Jester. Much bigger problems.
Fish bed. 5 o'clock. Fish bed. 7 o'clock high. Closing. Fish bed. 5 o'clock.
I'm just gonna
Fish
run
bed. 5 o'clock.
west. Gotta use my backup compass because the gyro's out.
Fish bed. 7 o'clock high. Fish bed. 7 o'clock.
Good. That's another compressor stall. Which is
Fish
to be
bed.
expected.
7 o'clock.
I'm gonna go straight to the landing HUD for what use that'll be with everything out. I think
Stinger.
we're okay.
5 o'clock.
At least the RWR is still working. Fuel looks okay. Although, who knows if that's accurate. And get Jester to get rid of the tanks. If I can remember how to do it. Oh, he won't do it. I guess we already got rid of them. Maybe when I hit the ACM jet. So I don't trust my fuel gauge right now. We don't appear to be leaking any. I can't see any vapor trails coming off of us, so we should be okay for fuel. We're shifting pretty quick. Even without afterburner, we're still sitting around transonic speed. Oh, not again. So we're flying from Anapa.
Spike, 8 o'clock, 8
Manchester, I
o'clock.
can't really do anything about it.
Nails, 7 o'clock. And shit, nails,
We,
6 o'clock.
like, I was gonna go back and land on the carrier after this flight, but I think with this amount of damage, I don't know what is and isn't working. So we might go to Anapa. We'll go to the carrier next time. Personally, like, if the carriers weren't so shit in DCS, and didn't glitch out all the time, and the physics weren't broken, I would go land on the carrier. Like, I would belly land on the carrier, happily. The problem is, do that in DCS and you just instantly explode. Like, everything to do with physics and the aircraft carriers is just broken as fuck, which is why, you know, nearly slid off the deck earlier, and had to respawn the aircraft. Unfortunately, I don't know if ED are ever going to get around to fixing it. I hope they do. I really hope they do, because I'd love to do more carrier-based stuff, but until then, it's just too frustrating to deal with it. Like, if you just happen to spawn in on the deck at the wrong time, you're going for a swim, basically. There's not much you can do to stop it. Thanks for the follow, by the way, Badeshko. Okay, I have no idea where the fuck Anapa is. There's no TACAN at Anapa because it's a Russian airport.
We have a spike.
We do not have an RSBN on board. I don't want to get high enough to see it because we're getting chased by at least one or two different things. And my gyro is out of commission, so I'm just purely navigating with a backup compass. I think I'll hit the coast and then follow that. If I can find the coast, I can find Anapa. There goes another compressor stall. That's the right engine, I think. Well, our AWACS is back up, if nothing else. Okay, so here comes a test of the audio sync. Let me know if this is out of sync, yeah? Because I can't imagine that the audio from the game and the camera will be on different timings. Carrier rework coming with the deck crew? Yeah, I know, but I don't know if they're going to fix the physics. Like, the deck crew is going to be really nice, and more detail on the ship is going to be really nice, but I don't know if that's going to fix the physics. Like, the core physics that are the problem with the carrier are an inherent part of the game code, and it would probably take a pretty substantial rework to fix it, like tinkering with the physics engine kind of rework. Okay, Anapa should be around here somewhere. I know it's around here, I just can't remember where specifically, in amongst all these lakes and lagoons. I think it's on my left side somewhere. I know it's easier to see from the coast, so we're going to go out over the water. Okay, webcam's fine. I don't know then, like, unless, I guess, that was a compressor stall right there, so I guess you could use the compressor stalls to try and check the sync on it. Because on my end, the in-game audio is fine, but I know OBS can throw tantrums sometimes. If all else fails, I might have to restart DCS. I don't want to restart OBS, because that would be a pain. Although I suppose I could. It may have, like, oh, for fuck's sake.
Spike over 6.
The in-game audio might have desynced when DCS froze before, but I don't know. Like, there's not really any way for me to check. On my end, anyway, without echoing the audio for you guys. It's around here somewhere. something 45 miles behind us. Not too worried. We do have air defense here at least.
Okay, we got nails, 8 o'clock. I'm getting nails, 9 o'clock.
I think Napa Airport is like down that way. Or is that it there? I think I see a runway maybe.
Spike,
Yeah,
10,
thanks, Jess.
10 o'clock.
There you are. There it is. Okay. Oh. The radio's dead. Brilliant. Well, the back radio. Well, sorry, the front radio, I think. Hang on. Circus 1-4 radio check. Might just be the display. Okay, my radio seems to be damaged.
I'm picking up nails on the nose. Spike on our nose, 12 o'clock.
An up traffic Circus 1-4 F-14 conducting a midfield crosswind for runway 22 with battle damage and upper. That was like a really fucked up midfield, but whatever. The day I fly proper circuits in DCS will be the day that world hunger is ended and the aliens finally decide to come and visit us. This is going to be a really sloppy landing, I'll warn you guys now. Because it's been a while since I've flown the Tomcat, and I might be missing some important parts after that hit. Yes,
Getting nails, 2 o'clock. Traffic, 7 o'clock high, 3 miles. Shit, nails, 1 o'clock. There's a spike, 2 o'clock.
And up traffic Circus 1-4 turns base, runway 22 and up. Normally you would say intent, so in my case full stop, but I can't be bothered. Like 90% of people that land here are doing full stops, they're not going to be doing touch and goes. So there's not really any point to announce it. It's important to give detail.
Snapshot. Ambush 6 short, runway 04.
And up traffic Circus 1-4 goes round.
Traffic, 7 o'clock high. 1 mile.
Imagine listening to traffic calls and then not going on a counter circuit to the one guy in the pattern. Hey TG, yeah, my schedule is kind of fucked up at the moment. I haven't been sleeping very well, so... That was actually a really good setup. That would have been a really good approach if that guy hadn't made me wave off at the last second like that. You know what? I'm almost tempted to fly to the next airfield, but we'll do it here.
I'm picking up nails on the nose.
I'm probably going to get hit by something outside our air defense coverage while I wait for this guy to sort himself out. No IL-2 today. Not yet anyway. I mean, I might do some later, but I'm not doing it right now. Is my fuel state actually pretty good?
Got a Stinger, 1 o'clock, and nails, 3
Enough
o'clock.
traffic circus 1-4 F-14 setting up for a 6-mile final. Will not be waving off this again. I have battle damage. I do not want to get shot down in the circuit. An up. All he had to do was listen. I transmitted like 3 different intent calls, and then he decides he's going to set up to land on fucking
2 miles.
runway 4. Like, what the fuck, dude?
Nails, 4.
What even
nails,
is a listen
5
and
o'clock.
watch on the radio? Like, here's the thing, it's not an emergency, but it's a I'm getting annoyed that I have to go around because dumbasses can't listen to the fucking radio emergency.
Okay, we got
Probably
nails,
be
8
fast drop
o'clock.
flaps, but whatever, we'll live with it. And up traffic circuits 1-4, long final, runway 22. Yeah, I mean, I could try landing on a taxiway, but the Tomcat doesn't slow down real well because she's so heavy, so I'd rather not risk it. In the MiG-21 I'd do it, in the Viggen I would certainly do it, and in the Mirage I would do it, but not in this. Certainly not with damage as well.
$500.
Got a bit of a crosswind.
400
here.
feet.
As
300
usual.
feet.
Put some
200.
power on. Bring the nose up. As I said, it's been a while since I did this, so it's not going to be pretty, but it should at least be survivable. It's
Yes,
fine,
we got nails,
Jess, we're
9 o'clock.
landing. The bad people can't hurt you anymore. I also have no wheel brake. Well, I have right-hand toe brakes, but I have no left toe brakes, so I don't dare touch them, or I'll go straight off the runway. So I'm entirely relying on my spoilers here to slow me down. Yeah, the taxiways here aren't bad. The main issue with landing on taxiways is if there's a crosswind and you happen to get blown off the side, you're in trouble. And the other one is people will frequently be all over the fucking taxiways, pointing in every direction, pulling out of parking slots without calling it, so it's just safer to stick to the runways. Okay. Get rid of the flaps and the air brake. I'm going to park us up and then I want to have a quick F2 view to see what kind of damage we picked up there. I think I was hit by an R60 from that MiG-21, which is why I was still flying. If it had been something more substantial, it would have killed me. But the R60 basically tickles this thing because it's such a small missile. So it's definitely been an absolute shit fight of a stream so far, but at least that went pretty well. You know, aside from the guy trying to kill me by landing the wrong way. To be fair, I probably should have actually checked which runway's the active. I just use whichever's convenient for me, unless there's a really obvious headwind. Which there doesn't appear to be today, so I just stuck with 2-2 because that was where I wanted to go. And it puts me closer to the parking area. Helps if I have my nose wheel steering turned on. And upper traffic circus 1-4, clear all runways and upper. I'm just going to leave the wings out for now, because I do need to use the spoilers to help me slow down in absence of wheel brakes. Normally I would tuck them in. I mean, probably mostly just a decent pilot, but I still have severe doubts about the not just the 110s to be fair, but the flight models in general. But maybe I'm wrong. I could be. You know, it happens. But still, it does raise a few questions the way I've seen not just him, but other people in 110s. Like him, he clearly knows the aircraft well. It's the only thing he flies. But I saw some other people who were not him doing some very bizarre things in the 110, and I think between that and the netcode being so bad, so quite often people start lagging around me on Wings of Liberty, that is kind of really what's causing the problem. That, and again, I'm not that familiar with the Yak, so I tend to treat it maybe a bit rougher than I should. The Spitfire is much more tolerant of uncoordinated turns and skids, and it also has a much lower wing loading, so that's what I'm used to. And I have noticed I do fly the Spitfire much better in that game. Still not great, still not as good as even DCS, I would say, and certainly not as good as Cliffs of Dover, like my own ability, but better. I still kind of defer to Cliffs of Dover as my go-to for this game, probably has the closest flight models. Oh, there's a Harrier. See, we have a MiG-21 on the team, or we had. No, he's still there. So, that was an enemy MiG-21 I was on the tail of, and I was so close to killing him. The problem is, I noticed he was flying towards an upper, and I hesitated. I thought, oh, that might be my teammate trying to land. And, of course, before I knew it, the MiG-21 had teleported behind me and hit me with an R-60. As MiG-21s tend to do. Alright, now we're going to pull the wings in. Another SAM going out. See, there's enemy all around here. You can really see the issues I'm having with my rudder pedals here. That is as hard as I can turn left. This is as hard as I can turn right, but I have to, like, literally put my entire body weight on the right pedal and then pull back on the left pedal. And you can see them wobbling. So, I think probably the pots do need cleaning, but at this point these pedals are broken enough that really they just need replacing. I just got to be able to save up so I can do it. Get strafed on the ground in this game too. I mean, you can get strafed on the ground. In this server specifically, I was flying a MiG-29 and I landed it at Sakumi, which was like a neutral airfield kind of between the lines at the time, and I got strafed by AI. Players will strafe you, although it's frowned upon on a lot of servers. Well, it depends on the server. Some servers frown upon it. Others, like, say, DCS, that is totally, like, legit. You know, they're more realistic war scenarios where there's no Knights of the Sky bullshit, but yeah, it happens, and the AI will do it. But we've got enough Patriot batteries here and Hawks that they shouldn't get close, hopefully. So we got some shrapnel damage. Oh, wow, yeah. Along the fuselage. So that would have wiped out most of the avionics. I'm lucky the hydraulics didn't go, because usually if you take damage along the spine of the aircraft, you lose your hydraulics. Some shrapnel along the sides, and then the radar took some damage too. But the engines look mostly okay. They did go into secondary mode, but they were still running. I think that might be too much damage to repair. We'll try it. We'll see if they can fix the plane enough to fly again, but the thing is with the Tomcat and with Jester, a lot of the time if the nav computer takes damage, you have to respawn the plane. There's nothing you can do about it. Like, it glitches out the coding, I guess. But we'll try. We'll see how we go. So I got 3 kills in that flight. 2 Su-25s. Hang on. What was the third one? Oh, no. Wait. Yeah, I think. I don't remember. Whatever, that was the 3-kill flight. The one before it was 2. Both on helicopters for the first one. See what some of our teammates are up to.
500 hot.
Looks like this guy's doing some seed. 2 Mavericks, 2 sidearms, and the gun. I have the Harrier as well, I just haven't learned how to actually use all the systems and fly it yet. I do need to at some point. It looks like a really fun little plane.
81 Overlord, pop-up group 069.
Looks like this guy's RTB. So these missiles he's got, they might look like sidewinders, but they're actually sidearms. So the sidearm missile is what happened when they had a bunch of old model sidewinders which they wanted to get rid of, and also the AIM-9D, I believe it was, which was a radar-guided sidewinder for the F-8 Crusader. The US need to get rid of stocks of these because they weren't using them anymore, and so what they did was they actually adapted it as a like a small anti-radiation missile. And so the sidearm is like a short-range version of the HARM, basically, which the Harrier makes good use of, because the Harrier flies so well at low level. You can take a couple of sidearms with you, and then if something starts causing you grief, you can lock it up with the sidearm and fire it. It's very much like a sidewinder in the way it behaves. When the sidearm picks up radiation, it'll start making a tone like the sidewinder, although it sounds a bit different. It's a more old-fashioned sound, a lot like the MiG-21s. There we go, there's a "hey, what are you doing?" as the aircraft lifts into the air to be repaired. So this is a fun thing with DCS. When it repairs your aircraft, it actually picks it up off the ground and floats it for a while, and then drops it again. Now, the problem with this is, certain aircraft, when it sets them back down on the ground, it drops them quite hard, like that. No problem for the Tomcat, which is designed to land on a carrier deck. But it is a big problem in the MiG-21, and so if you try and repair the MiG-21, you'll actually damage it worse, because when it drops on the ground, it collapses the nose gear, and there's no way to fix it without repairing again, and the same thing happens. It's a vicious cycle. We need to get the ground power back on, because it came unplugged, unsurprisingly. Ground air as well. And we will rearm and refuel. Already got our loadout set up. And yeah, the external sounds are quite loud. I have them turned up to... I don't think it's full volume, it's pretty close though. Because although I'd like to be able to hear stuff over it, you know what, jets are supposed to be loud. So, I understand that's not for everyone, and, you know, like, for instance, if you watch Tawny's stream, he's got his external sound turned all the way down, but I like my jets to sound like jets. Are you looking forward to the F-16? I'm kind of on the fence. I'm hoping, and I kind of expect, to be honest, with all the hype, that ED put more effort into getting it finished on time than they have with the Hornet. I kind of feel at the same time like I would rather that they hadn't delayed the Phantom to work on the F-16. Here's the thing, right? My main attraction to the F-16 is from nostalgia playing the original Falcon 4.0, which is what BMS is built on top of. The F-16 as an aircraft is a cool plane and all, and I like it as a plane, but I don't really have that much interest in flying it, because it's basically just a single-engine, non-carrier-based Hornet. It has, I guess the architecture, avionics-wise, is closer to the A-10, but it's a glass cockpit, fly-by-wire fighter. Like, so what? I don't like glass pits. Fly-by-wire I can tolerate in the Mirage. I don't really like it so much in other stuff. I'm more of a... I guess I'm a bit of a Luddite when it comes to aircraft, so I'm going to be happy when the F-16 comes out, and I'll be interested both to fly against them and fly it when I eventually get it. And I will get it, probably not right away. I haven't pre-ordered it. But what I would prefer is the F4. I really want to fight against F4s in my MiG. I really want to fight MiGs with an F4. I also really want the MiG-23, but that's a Raspberry module, so holy shit, that's a bit close for comfort. Well, we're getting some fireworks here. Well, see, the other thing is, Saber, my hearing is really, really crap. Like, both myself and my younger sister have bad hearing to start with. She's 20 and she wears a hearing aid. But on top of that, I was in the Army Reserves for a while and destroyed my hearing even worse there. I've been around aircraft for a large portion of my life. I like loud music, so it's like... And I go shooting quite often, and although I wear ear protection, every now and then someone will let off a rifle next to my head without warning me, which is great. So, you know, I don't go out of my way to destroy my hearing, but it's pretty fucked up. What do you think about the mouse view he's using? Wait, he's using mouse view? I assumed he was using track IR. What? He's using mouse view and he does that? Jesus Christ. I have a harder time keeping track of people and I have a track IR. I couldn't imagine doing that with a mouse. Why is our ground power not connected? No, that's the wrong button. I mean, you say that, Chief, but I'm pretty sure it's not. No idea what that noise is. It's not something to do with my plane, is it? Well, there goes another Patriot.
We have no external air and power.
Fucking ground crew. Holy shit, dude. Fucking hell. Alright. No, I thought it was track IR. Like, I didn't realize he was using mouse view. with mouse view, I wouldn't even get into a dogfight. I wouldn't be able to do it, so Jesus. I'm even more scared of the guy now, knowing that he uses mouse view and he still does as well as he does.
ICS comm check.
How many fucking Patriots? Jesus Christ. Just watch, one of them's gonna get shot down and either hit me or hit the runway and crater it. That's what usually happens. Okay, so our warning lights are all working. I don't like that I can hear the backup hydraulics running though. That is not good. Where is my hydraulic switch?
Alright, ready to start.
I really don't like the fact that's on. I don't know why it's on. It shouldn't be. Yeah, craters are a thing. Oh boy, are they a thing. You don't want to be anywhere near a crater in this. They're hard to see though, because of the way the game renders them. So quite often you'll accidentally taxi into one without noticing it, and then really bad shit happens. If you hit one on your takeoff roll, it tends to catapult you vertically upwards a couple hundred feet, with the expected results. How long do they last? Until server restart. What the fuck? I think our displays might be a little hinky at the moment. Oh no, that was just a test pattern, I guess, for this. Yeah, oh, okay, so story time. My friend Pom, who also streams, I host him quite often, he plays almost exclusively on a PvP server. Actually, I'll put them out in a minute. Sorry, I'm losing my train of thought here. He plays on DCS, Dynamic DCS, which is like a PvP campaign server. And when the JSOWs, the Joint Standoff weapon, came out for the Hornet, he spent about an hour marking down the exact coordinates of every parking space on Sochi Airport, which was held by the other team at the time. That's jet wash from another jet. So he had every parking spot entered in as JSOW waypoints. He loaded up with JSOWs, he took off, he flew to Sochi, he fucking let the things off, he turned Sochi Airport into the surface of the moon. Whenever anyone on red tried to spawn in, they spawned in a crater and basically immediately died. It was hilarious, they were so angry. So, cratering runways is a good one as well, but if you want to be thorough, because people will do taxiway takeoffs, and on certain servers they'll do parking area takeoffs, which are really fun. So you want to make sure any stretch of concrete, more than probably about 200 meters in length, you want to hit it with something. So, like, you would crater not just the runway here, but you'd also crater the taxiway, you'd crater the parking area here. There's a service road that runs down parallel to the runway on the other side of it. You can't see it from here. If I open the map, that's not what I wanted to do. That's also not what I wanted to do. Just get rid of that. I'm used to aisle 2 now, so I'm using the wrong mouse button. This orange marked service road here, I would crater that as well, because you can very much take off and land from that, especially in a Vigan. I probably put... So if I was to attack an upper, for instance, I would put a bomb probably about here. I'd put one halfway up. I'd put one 3/4 of the way up. I'd put a bomb at that taxiway intersection. I'd probably put a bomb right about here, or actually at the intersection of these taxiways. I'd put another one up here by the parking area up top. I'd put another bomb up here, and then say one here, one here. So I would crater all 3 long stretches of tarmac, and then I'd put a couple of craters on the junctions of the taxiways and stuff. You can also bomb people in these hardened hangars, which are dispersed off the ends of the airfield. An upper is a military airbase, a Soviet military airbase. So you can see the typical layout of a Soviet military airbase here, in that you've got these kind of main taxiways at either end of the runway, which have just asparagus off hardened shelter. So each one of these parking spots is a hardened shelter. Looks like a hobbit house. Can you take off on grass? In the Warbirds, yes. In the modern aircraft, that's a good way to get killed. So the thing is, a lot of the friction values for the aircraft tires are kind of fucked. So certain aircraft, if they touch the grass, it's like they've sunken in wet concrete. They won't move, even in full afterburner. Other aircraft will happily off-road. They don't care. But as a general rule, unless you're in one of the Warbirds, it's a bad idea to try and take off or land from grass because there tend to be little ruts and things, and if you hit one of those, you'll kill yourself. For the same reason, if I'm going to emergency land in a field, I do it with the wheels up, which is generally good practice in anything. If it has a retractable undercarriage and you've got to land in a field, don't drop the wheels, leave them up. So we actually have a couple of airfields down the coast now, but we're getting enemy intruding up this sort of corridor here, up these mountains. We're also getting them coming in from the east, from out towards Krasnodar, so it's a bit sporty down here at the moment. The real test will be seeing if the nav computer is working. So where am I up to? Sorry, I'm just trying to remember what I need to do here. Set that takeoff mode. That's already uncaged. Sort that out. Radout's already set. The Stabborgs are already on. Radio is up and running on ATC frequency. Whoops. Thanks for the follow, man, bad. Tour campaign started? I might have to check that out sometime. Get the right engine up and running. Shouldn't need to do anything with this. Oh, parking brake would have been a good idea. Hey, good thing I didn't start rolling. So we'll set that now, because I need that onto a line anyway. Start the left engine. 2-hour-long continuous missions that roll over the results of the next mission. Have your own hangar of aircraft you can lose. Nice. Yeah, it sounds kind of like the IL-2 equivalent of DDCS, I guess. DDCS is kind of similar. They have like a life point system, and so you gain a certain amount of life points for doing things, you lose a certain amount, and if you run out, you pretty much have to do logistics runs until you can get them back up again. Yeah, you can post links in chat, by all means. As long as it's nothing TOS, it's all good. So I pulled just shy of 10G on that last flight. That looks like about 9.7G. So my plane captain is going to be very disappointed with me when I land on the carrier. If I land on the carrier, we aren't sure that the nav computer's working yet. Oh, it's looking good. It looks like they've actually fixed it now, so that repairs do fix the nav computer, which is nice. Let's look down here at the warning panels, wing sweep, and central air data computer. That's to be expected, that's because I've got the wings in emergency oversweep at the moment. I'm going to go ahead and unsweep the wings, having said that. We're being locked up on the ground because DCS radar simulation is not the best, and its RWR simulation is even worse. The Tomcat's RWR is particularly sensitive, so is Jester. Jester has like a sixth sense for missiles, and so I can be flying 50 miles away from an upper, and if one of those Patriot batteries fires, he starts freaking out. It's a friendly battery, it's firing at something else, but because we're in its path, it's setting off RWR, and it's setting Jester off too, because he thinks it's coming for us. You know what they really get pissed off about? It's not so much when you over-G the aircraft, it's when the Rio has the great idea of taking a bag of Skittles up for a snack. If you ever see Driving Wolf in my chat, ask him about the Skittles. And how much he enjoyed fishing them out of the back of a Tomcat for 12 hours. I also have a very bad habit of dragging the ground crew with me, which I've only just managed to stop doing, and nearly did there. Oops, wrong button. Nearly did there again. I just remembered to disconnect. So that is the genesis of the "what are you doing" command in chat. Because every time I flew the Tomcat, being used to Soviet aircraft which don't have to be hooked up to anything, I would get a "hey, what are you doing" as I tried to take off with the APU cart still attached to the plane. I'm going to go ahead and tell Jester to set the rear radio, if I can... There we go. To 133, which is our AWACS frequency.
Okay.
Looks like we are indeed aligning, very slowly, but it's happening. Unfortunately, we don't have a stored heading, so this is going to take a while longer than it normally would. This is going to be one of the, this is a bit of a digression here, but this is one of those things that in a sim versus real life, this accelerometer down here in the knee well is in like the worst possible place. I can't see it when I'm fighting unless I look down, which I don't want to be doing, and I often, you know, it takes a second to figure out which is the accelerometer, which is the clock, because they both look kind of similar and they're in the same place. In real life, that's not an issue, because you can feel when you're pulling 10G. Like, in real life, you know you're pulling 10G. I'm sitting here in an office chair, I can't feel what's going on. I don't have force feedback, so I have no feel, as it were, of the aircraft. Obviously, you know, you have screen shake and noise, which is really good in the Tomcat. They really nailed that, but it's still not the same. So, at least in DCS, not in real life, the first thing I would be doing is ripping this little thing out of there and sticking it up here above the stall lights, like some variants of the MiG-21, because then I can see it easily. And then I'd put the backup compass down there instead. IL-2 requires registration. You get banned for 24 hours if you die, get captured 3 times in a row. Yeah, I think it might be in a couple of campaigns before I decide to set foot on that server then. How do you toggle the joystick on-off? There is a bind for it. I can't remember how to do it. I don't use it. I don't really like getting rid of it. I prefer to have it there. It does make it hard to see the TID, but you know what? I like having to actually lean around and move around the aircraft to see things. I don't know, I'm weird. I care more about immersion than I do being able to easily see things. Nearly done aligning. We're about 3/4 of the way there. Oh, that's the other thing. I need to... That is not how that works. That's my throttle mode. Interesting. I may have just broke that. I don't know how that works or what that... That's for the automatic throttle, I think, but I don't know how to set that up, and I'd rather not touch that. What I was doing was I'd hit the keybind, which in most aircraft resets the trim, but I forgot it doesn't in this. So I need to just check that. It looks okay. Looks about right. What stick do I use? Thrustmaster Warthog. Tracker thing kind of... The clip or the camera? My clip is fucked up. Okay, I'll show you guys. I don't know if the camera will focus. My headphones are broken too. Like, my entire setup is very scuffed. But if you look... There's blue tack holding it together. and there's a rubber band on it. So it's broken here, where the pivot joint is. That snapped. That was the first part to break. I stuck that together. Oh, sorry, no, that was the second part to break, I think. This was the first part. So I stuck that together with modeling glue and blue tack. And then this bit broke, so I stuck that back together with blue tack and matchsticks to try and hold it rigid. And then the clip on the back broke, so it's got a rubber band holding it closed. Once I got a couple bucks spare, I'm going to buy a new one. Tracker actually popped into my channel, I think it was in May, back in May, and saw the state of my equipment and offered me a discount on a new one. I'm hoping that discount's still good a couple months later, but it was very generous of them. So I'm going to pick up a new clip. The clips, at least the old Track IR5 ones like I've got here, I don't know if the new ones are any different, but the older clips are very fragile and break very easily. They're not very well engineered, but the camera is really good. So, like, honestly, if it was me, I would make this clip out of metal, or I would beef up some of the joints, like they're quite fragile and easily broken, but as a system it works really well. Yeah, I don't know anyone with a 3D printer, I don't think. I used to spend a lot of time at a university because I was working there as a cleaner, and there were 3D printers all over the place, but unfortunately I'm not in that town anymore, so I can't ask one of the profs to do it. Because they would just sit there printing off stuff for fun, like with all the university equipment. Living the dream. Okay, that is all set up. Sorry, I know I'm taking forever to get off the ground here. I just want to make sure that I haven't forgotten anything. I tend to get very easily distracted while I'm talking. Okay, I think we're good. I think we are actually good. An upper traffic Circus 14 F-14 taxis runway 22 number. Again, we have the not being able to turn left issue. What I might be able to do is if I actually forcibly pull the pedal out of the track. There we go. And now I've got to reseat it. That clunking you can hear is me trying to fix my pedals with my feet. Most of my streaming setup is broken because I either haven't had the time to replace things or haven't had the money. So the headphones were the first to go, right? Well, actually the microphone was the first to go. That's held together by blue tack. That arrived broken, but it was like, it still works. It's just kind of snapped in half. So I couldn't be bothered returning something if it still worked, even if it was broken, technically. Then the cable on my headphones frayed, so that's all balled up and tied in a knot and rammed into a drawer so it holds the wiring in contact. Otherwise, I'd only have sound in one ear. And then this broke, and now my pedals are broken as well. So I'm just waiting for the next catastrophe to happen. But at least I have a ready-made gimmick as the most scuffed streamer on Twitch. Yeah, I have the hat clip somewhere, but I can't remember where I put it, and I never really used it anyway. I don't tend to wear hats outdoors, let alone indoors. I don't even know if I have any in this place. I think they're all... Yeah, I think they're all in storage. Why is the aircraft shuddering? I don't think the taxiway surface is quite that bad. By the way, look at the wing flex on this thing. This is beautiful. I like, when I fly in the Tomcat, especially if someone takes me along for a ride in the back seat, I just sit here and watch the wings, because that is beautiful. I don't know if you guys saw as well, but when I was having those compressor stalls on the way back to base here, whenever the engine compressor stalls, it also causes the wings to shake. This aircraft really feels alive. There's a lot of rattles and shakes and judders, and it's brilliant. It really is great. You get a lot of feedback from the Tomcat, which I wish you got from other DCS modules. Yeah, exactly. That's the other reason that, like, so another streamer who I like to watch and who I occasionally play games with, WStep, he also has the hat clip. He has his attached to the top of his headset. Like, I don't know how he's got that mounted. I think he just kind of hooked it over the top band, and that's what he uses. But personally, I prefer this clip, even though it's flimsy. It does work quite well, and I briefly tried the hat clip when I first got the Tri-Car, and I found this worked better. It was less affected by ambient light in the room, and it was a bit more precise. Let's take a look at this thing.
This is it.
What a beautiful bird. Still enemy aircraft all around here, so we may well get shot up on takeoff. I'm hoping we don't, but it could happen. So I think what I might do is, after this flight, assuming I don't get shot down or something of the sort, I might do a carrier landing, or try a carrier landing. I'm not very good at them. And I might fly in the Mirage. Now, I don't know how to handle most of the Mirage's systems. Like, 90% of the aircraft is still a mystery to me, but I know how to fly it, and I know how to win gunfights in it. I do a lot of dogfighting in the Mirage, so I'm probably going to be a shitter and use the auto start to get it up and running, but once it is, once I'm in the air, I'm pretty confident. So now our high gain steering works. I'm also sitting in a sleeping bag because it's the middle of winter here and it gets quite cold in my place. So that doesn't really help the rudder situation. My fucking sleeping bag keeps getting caught in the pedals. But you know, at least I'm not freezing, so there's that. What livery is that? This is the 1989, I think, Sundowners CAG aircraft. VF-111. This is a custom livery. This isn't one of the default ones that comes with the Tomcat module. I think 111 flew the F-14A until they switched over to... I think they went to Hornets. I'm not sure. Dryden would know. But we don't have the F-14A yet, and I'm not sure when we're getting it. I just know that people are working on it, so... I like the rising sun on the tail. It's really nice. Okay. Anapa traffic, Circus 14, F-14, entering and rolling runway 22 for east departure, Anapa. I swear to God, if someone tries to land on top of me after I just put out that call. Yeah, I like using a lot of custom skins on the Tomcat. I especially like the older skins from the 70s and 80s, when they still use the three-tone grey. So, you know, the white on the belly, and then the medium grey, and then the dark grey on top. I really like the older paint schemes. Being locked on the runway, joy is me. not too concerned about the RWR spazzing out. I think it's picking up friendly missiles outgoing.
Okay, we're on. Missile, 11 o'clock. Hot. Break right. There is a bandit. 170, 36 miles. Mud on our nose. Mud on our nose. And, Singer, 12 o'clock. Okay, roger. Missile, missile, missile. 10 o'clock high. Hot. Break right. Unable.
Okay.
2 o'clock.
We're gonna get some distance, I guess, and then come back. It's a little hot around here. There's flankers everywhere.
Friendly is down.
Well, shit. Get some altitude.
Shit! Stinger, 7 o'clock.
Going up.
We've got nails, 4 o'clock. We've got a friendly 3 ship, Rob, 080, 58 miles, Angel 7. Roger that. Friendly, 10 o'clock. 8 miles. We
Well, that's
locked the
your
friendly.
dumb fault, isn't
Target,
it, Jester?
55 miles. Roger. Singer,
Is it
Singer,
for
11
us?
o'clock.
Probably not. It's probably outgoing. Why can't you do
Can't
that,
do that.
Jester?
Party time. Missile, missile, missile. 1 o'clock. Hot. Break left.
There
And
is
that's a
actually-
Singer, 9 o'clock. Unable.
Shit.
Nails, 2 o'clock.
Yeah, that was a MiG-31. This is the other reason I don't usually play on Georgia at war, because it turns into a clusterfuck. You can't even take off without getting shot at. I think we're... Yeah, I'm probably gonna go into the ground here without waking up. No wings. You'll notice the level of detail models on the Tomcat are bugged, so quite often wings will appear and disappear at random. It's just because of the level of detail being an issue. So, what I might do, I'll come back to the Tomcat later, but for now, we're going to take the Mirage, and then we're going to realise that all the keyboard binds are broken, and I don't have the hotfix for it, and I can't remember how to start this thing. Oh boy. Okay, well, I have ways of fixing that, so cheat. Here we go. Start procedure. What do I not have bound that I can set that to? There we go. We'll try that. Haha! And now I can unbind it. I do need to memorize the startup procedure for this, but it's just one of those things I never got round to. Okay. Now I've also got to see if I can remember how to... Oh, the kneeboard's broken too, isn't it? Shit. I really should have got that hotfix. Okay, well, you know what? Let's just not bother aligning, which is probably going to end in tears, but whatever. This may or may not work. Rearm and refuel.
Request rearming. Copy.
Okay, I think the radar might still need time to warm up.
Rearming complete.
No? Okay, I think we're good. If I can just remember how to uncage this. Like I said, I'm not good at starting this up. Why is it telling me it's out of configuration? Parking brake is on. It should be on. Oh, it's the flood lighting, I think. There we go. I think I want these in the middle, I think. Maybe not. We'll leave them down. I can't remember. And now the radio. This is always fun to set up. Okay. 2. Actually, 249. We'll see if we get the AWIS. We should be getting the AWIS. Where's my volume control? I think it's down here.
Roger that. Transporting security forces to the target location.
2. Remarks. 1013 Pascal. QFE 29er 77 or 108.
There we go. So that's set up. I think that's pretty much everything we need, I think. Right. Where have we spawned? We're down near the end of the runway. So we're near the end of 2-2, which is good. and upper traffic circus 1-4. Disregard. It didn't unbind. Oh my god. Scuffed stream. Adjust controls. Clear. Okay. Okay, there we go. So what happened there was I went to hit my push-to-talk key, which is what I'd bound to the auto start, but it didn't actually unbind, so it's trying to do the auto start procedure again, which may or may not work. But if it does, then at least we've already got the aircraft mostly configured. Okay, there we go. I really do need to learn to memorize the, or need to learn the start procedure for this and then memorize it, but haven't got up to it yet. Okay, that's already set. That's already set. IFF set. Why are my floodlights on? Whoops. I think the... Yeah, okay. I accidentally turned them on. Ah, there we go. Now I remember how you set that. Not sure why it's still caged though. I can't remember how you uncage it. Oh, wait. Yes, I do. I think. No. There was a switch here somewhere which uncages that, I think. No, it was that one. Who knows? I think the auto start is completed. We've just got the brake left. Make sure the nose wheel steering is on. Now we try this again. There we are. Okay. So this time we didn't shut down. An up traffic circus 14 Mirage 2000 taxis runway 224 east departure and upper. Radio is still on 2495, yes. Wheel chocks, because Razbam. Anyway, I'll show you guys my skin I've been working on. There we go. It's not done yet, I still got some little details to add, but yeah. That is my personal skin. I will be releasing a public version on the DCS user files, and that'll just be a different number and without all my little additions to it. But I do love the old 70s and 80s Canadian Air Force interceptor schemes with the anti-flash white paint and the red lightning bolts, so that's what I went with on my Mirage. Get rid of these lights too, I don't want them on. There we go. Now we're finally taxiing. Again, my pedals cause me issues turning left. So I've got to take that nice and slow. So to be honest, today's stream was kind of unplanned and rushed. Hopefully tomorrow I'll be back to a bit more usual routine. I may do some IL-2 in the morning depending when I wake up. Otherwise I'll probably be doing some dogfights in the afternoon in my Mirage. Possibly some of the MiG-21 as well. I do need to get a bit more practice in that thing. And up traffic, Circus 14, Mirage 2000, entering, lining up, and rolling, runway 22 for east departure, and upper. There's another guy taxiing there, but I'll be off the ground well before he has to worry about me. And up traffic, Circus 14, clear all runways, and departing east, and upper. My RWR being silent is very concerning. I'm not sure why it is. I hope it's turned on. It's on. I can't remember what my call sign is. Also, I just remembered I didn't actually align. So I'm gonna have to navigate visually and hope my missiles will work. It's friendly. Probably is as well. Yep. You're not friendly. What might you be? Use the old-fashioned compass, since we're not aligned. Just double-check this IFF, that is definitely enemy. I'm not sure what kind, though. .530 selected. And drop the lock, because someone's got their jammer turned on. Hey Cathal, thanks to the host man, hope your stream went well. Having a pretty scuffed one today, but some flying is better than no flying, I guess. Taking the Mirage out for a bit of a spin since the Tomcat wasn't going so well. And showing off my handiwork. So it's not done yet, but it's getting there. Got a few little details to add. A couple of small changes to make. But yeah. And we just dropped lock. Come on. It's down here somewhere. I suspect these might be Su-25s from their altitude with jammers on them, but I'm not sure. They're definitely jamming, whatever they are. I've got the hotfix for the keybinds for this, so I couldn't get the kneeboard up to do my alignment, so we're flying unaligned. We're using the old-fashioned compass to navigate today. 098 for 23, you say? There's a lot of stuff quite close. What might you be? I think this is one of those aircraft we were locked on before. I really don't like the fact my RWR is not doing anything. I think it might be turned off and I don't know how to turn it on. Jesus, these missiles are short-ranged. It's a fucking 530. I guess maybe because he's jamming. Very fast missile though. There's a splash. Now there's a second over here. What was that? I thought it was an Su-25 from the way it was flying, but it looks like it might have been a 27 or a 33 even. For some reason, the visor is bound to the same thing I've got my Magic's bound to, and I don't know how to unbind it. Because it's not bound in my control setup, yet for some reason it still pulls the visor down. Okay, that's friendly. That is probably also friendly. Yep. 057. Okay, yeah, we're flying west, that would be why. 064 for 50. Aha! What have we here? They are not friendly. Well, while we're on the way there, I'll just take the opportunity to show off my work again. I'm really happy with how this came out. So the publicly released version will be basically the same. It won't have any of the personalized stuff on it, and the aircraft number will be different, but that's it. Same scheme. I've got some nose art and stuff I want to add to this later, I just haven't got around to it yet. But this will be my first publicly released skin, well, the public version will be the first release skin I do for DCS. I have got a couple others I've been working on, but they are incomplete. And I don't know if I'll release them. They're mostly just rehashes of old personal skins I had in IL-2. Heading is that 90. There's a lot of stuff around here. I don't suppose anyone knows where the power button for the RWR is, hey? Ah! Oh, I found it! Oh god. Oh Jesus, I'm flying into every fucking SU-27 on Earth. This could end very poorly. It probably will end very poorly. Let's, well, that was bound to happen. I gotta try and remember what I bound the slave seeker head to for the magic. I gotta redo the auto start too. Alright. So we're going to rebind the auto start to something just until I can get my keyboard commands in this fixed. So we will use something else this time. I'm just trying to think what I haven't used for anything. I think that should be okay. And then weapons management. Where is the magic slave? Can't remember what that's under. It's not sensors. Might be HOTAS. Magic slave, joystick button 15. Fuck, which button is that? Okay, so it's, yeah, it's exactly what I thought it was, but I think that might not work without the INS. Not sure. Okay, so at least now we know how to turn the RWR on. That's pretty helpful. You know, pretty good to know. So we might actually get some kills this time. Well, some more kills.
Request rearming.
Okay, so while that starts up, I'm going to go ahead and set the radar to warm up, set the scope up the way I like it. I'm going to set my radio volumes up.
Rearming complete.
Oh, actually, I could just use the F10 map, I think, to figure out what my coords are. So, let's see. How can I... Okay, there we go. 45 degrees and 40 seconds north. Let's set this up as well while I'm at it. Okay. Trying to remember how I do this. So I want to... That's not how that works. Was it? Okay, there we go. There we go. So it was 45 degrees and 40 seconds. No, we're in the wrong mode. There we go. North 45. I'm doing this from memory, by the way. So it's been a long time, which is why I'm doing such a bad job of it. 450040. What? Why is that not working? What are you doing? North. I've done something wrong here. I've definitely done something wrong here. Ah, that's what I did wrong. It was on the wrong setting. Okay. 45. Ah, there we go. And then east, what was our longitude? 372100. 372100. So it's not quite right. Then our altitude is 141 feet. Yes, correct. Okay. So that's all good. I think it's going. Is it going? I don't know. It has been too long since I did the startup tutorial for this. We'll get everything else set up in the meantime. Set the radar to on. It's got weight on the wheels at the moment, so it won't actually turn on, but that's fine. Yeah, no, that's not aligning. Why is that not aligning? It should be. No, that is ready. Why are you not going? Does anyone know what I've done wrong here? Because I know I've done something wrong. I just can't remember what.
Roger that. Security forces are loaded, pushing to target warehouse.
So that should be... Oh wait, no, that it is going, I think. I got to check on... Yeah, it is working. Never mind me, I'm stupid. It's all good. It's all fine. Can you tell that usually when I fly this, it's air started? I do like how they include a screwdriver in the cockpit. That's pretty handy. You know, just in case you need to repair anything on the go or jimmy something off. So we gotta wait for a little while for the alignment to finish. Wait for that to finish ticking down. And then I should be good to go. Get rid of those wheel chocks as well before I forget. Nearly done on the alignment. So that should make things significantly easier. I won't need to try and navigate using the backup compass. And my missile should work a little better. In the meantime, while we wait for that, I want to try and see if I can figure out... Joystick button 17... So I want to see if I can unbind the visor. But I feel like it's not bound in the first place. Unless it's under the abstractions, which I don't think it is. Yeah. We're just going to go ahead and bind it to this for now. There we go, now we can uncage the backup ADI. Okay, so that does work. But it still does it... Why is it doing that? So it's bugged out, I guess. Whenever I try and select my magics, no matter what I've got that bound to, it drops the visor and then it won't go back up. It's freaking out because the friendly Patriot that just fired over there. It's not at me. It's just that the Mirage's RWR is super sensitive. And there it goes again because the one in front of us fired. So it's ticking down in alignment stages now. Technically we could go now, but I want to wait for this number to go all the way down, which means we're on the best alignment state. Like at the moment we're pretty coarsely aligned, but if I can wait, which I can here, I can afford to, then it's best to do so. Get some instrument lights going as well. Yeah, nice warm red glow in here. Still ticking down, nearly there. Sorry for the slower paced stream today. I wasn't actually sure I was going to stream at all. I'm pretty drowsy, but hopefully tomorrow we'll be back to the usual routine. I do want to try and establish some kind of a schedule in the near future, but at the moment it's a bit difficult because my life's a bit too hectic to do it. I don't want to lay down a schedule and then within a day or two say, oh, actually no. So I'm waiting until I know I can do it before I set times down in stone. Nearly there. There goes another Patriot. Okay, it looks like we are ready to go. So we're going to switch this from align mode into nav. Switch this back into normal operational mode. Jesus Christ. Enough traffic circus 1 for taxis for runway 22 for eastern departure and upper. It's not quite a scramble, but it might be. There's missiles going fucking everywhere. Why are my brakes stuck? What is going on? Have we found a new and exciting DCS bug? It appears so. Had to go into Afterburner to get out of that. Don't know why. And now I'm stuck again. I guess the Mirage really doesn't like the brakes being hit when it's got the nose wheel turned around. Oh, it's because the parking brake's still on. I'm a genius. Like I said, scuff stream. Now, as far as I'm aware, DCS doesn't model thermal stress on brakes, and that's probably a good thing, or we probably would burst the tyres after that. And or have worn the brake pads completely smooth. Come on. Let's turn right. Let's go. There we are. Mission restart in 5. Okay, I might just scramble here and shoot the first enemy I see, and after that I might call it an evening, because I'm kind of not feeling it. But I should be back on tomorrow, and things should be a little less scuffed, hopefully. Enough traffic, Circus 1-4, lining up, rolling 2-2. Think... Is my radar not warmed up enough or something? What's going on? Am I damaged? Why is my radar not working? Oh, it's working, I guess, but there's something up with the aircraft here. That is not friendly, apparently. And we lost him. There's two over here. One of them's friendly. Yeah, that's friendly. That's not friendly. Right there is enemy. And he's quite close. Why can't I select my 530s? Shit. Why won't it let me select my 530s? And I think that's the server going down to restart. Oh, I want to kill something. You know what? Before I cut the stream, I'll do a quick run against the AI. It'll just be it'll be pretty quick. It's going to be the AI dogfight mission, which is pretty simple because the DCS AI is so bad. They're pretty easy to get kills on. But I might just do that for some gunnery practice before I end the stream, assuming my game doesn't crash. Sometimes when servers restart, it crashes the game. Nope, okay, we're still in. So I might do that, and then I'll find someone to host. Actually already put me straight back in the server, but I'm going to disconnect from it. So I might actually go on growling sidewinders next time I do the Mirage with missiles. Of course, I'll be doing dogfights and stuff against Tawny and some of the other guys, but yeah, I mean, Georgia War is okay for going on and practicing, but the mission kind of just degenerates into a clusterfuck because of the fact that the AI will fly right on top of your airfield like that. I'm not a big fan of Georgia at War anymore, to be honest. There we go. Guns. Hopefully it doesn't take too long to load the mission. Not sure why I couldn't get my 530s to work there. I probably forgot to set something because they worked perfect. Well, maybe not perfectly, but they worked the first time, but not the second time. I don't know why. There was something up with the aircraft being out of configuration, but I'm not sure how it was out of configuration, if that makes sense. I've also got to remember actually to unbind that quick start button, so I'll do that now. So there is a hotfix for the keyboard binding issue that I believe has been posted on the forums. I'm going to have to go and find that. Hopefully it doesn't overwrite my old bindings, or I'm going to be kind of annoyed. Actually, to be fair, it won't matter, because I don't think I had any custom keyboard bindings set up for the Mirage. I think it was just HOTAS. The Mirage is nice in that you don't need to bind a lot of controls. You can just click a lot of things around the cockpit. There's only really a handful of things you need bound at all, and most of that's weapon control functions. I think, in fact, all I have is radar, weapon select now that you need to use the HOTAS for that, and air brakes. I think that's it. So, not a lot. And then, you know, nose wheel steering and brakes. It's a pretty simple aircraft to set up controls for. It's pretty simple to fly as well. Once you get it in the air, it's really well behaved. It's pretty idiot proof, as evidenced by the fact that I fly it so much. If it wasn't idiot proof, I probably wouldn't fly it as much. But no, it's very easy to control. Even if you switch the fly-by-wire off, it still controls pretty well. You have to do something fairly stupid to get it to go into a condition where you can't recover it. And as you might imagine from the shape of it, it's very fast. It accelerates very well. It's quite agile. And it climbs like an absolute demon. The climb rate on this thing is insane. Okay, here we go. Okay, this is an enemy in front of me. Don't really care what 2 does, I don't need him. It's a MiG-23. And here we see the standard DCS AI defensive strategy of just looping vertically over and over. It doesn't work out real well, as you might imagine. Could have gone for a shot there, but there's a better opportunity coming up. Come out of burner and just build speed in the dive. Now the MiG-23 accelerates like a demon. It's a very fast plane, but not fast enough with me coming out of a dive like that in the Mirage. We'll hit him eventually. That took a lot of shots. An embarrassing amount, in fact. He's still flying. That was in fact most of my ammo. You're going to be real careful in the Mirage. You don't carry a lot to begin with. So shots like that are probably not the best idea. There we go, he's ejected. 38 rounds per gun. They are 30mm guns, so it usually only takes a couple rounds to kill something, but it goes fast, it really does. They fire quite quickly. It's an SU-27. There he goes into his vertical loop. MiG-29's coming at me. That big pile of smoke down there is a MiG-29. But we'll go for the SU-27 first, I think. And just make sure this 29 doesn't get into my 6. I just hope I have the ammo for this, especially against the SU-27. It's very hard to get the AI to eject from these things, they're quite sturdy. Robust. Well, that did it. There's the 29. Easy overshoot. 22 rounds per gun, which is plenty for this guy. Unless I do that. One of the side effects of them looping is that it makes them very easy targets, and it's very tempting to take deflection shots like that, because you're probably going to hit. And when you do hit, you're going to absolutely wreck them. Go land at Sanaki, which is just around these hills here. Just trying to remember exactly where Sanaki is. I know it's around here, I just can't remember where exactly. I think it's on this south side of these hills, I think. Like on the other side of this one. Well, there's an easy way. Oh, no, never mind. It's right there. You can see all the earthen bunkers, hobbit holes. So we'll slow our roll a bit. Keep some power on through that turn. The Mirage is a giant air brake when you pull Alpha. Like any Delta Wing aircraft, sharp turns mean a rapid drop in airspeed. Because, like I said, you're basically a giant air brake, right? Your wing is that big, it can't help but catch the air. That's also... that and the fact that it generates so much lift is why a lot of true deltas like the Mirage and the Vulcan Bomber don't actually have flaps. They don't need them. This has leading edge slats on the wings, but it doesn't have flaps per se. It doesn't need them. And the high amount of lift produced coupled with the powerful engine and lightweight are what give the Mirage its excellent climb rate. It's going to be kind of a long landing here, but the braking chute on this thing is ridiculous. I forgot to put my wheels down. Yeah, we just won't talk about that one. So, because of the current key binding issue, to drop the wheels you can't use G, you have to actually click. Oh wow, it works. It actually dropped the wheels after I bellied it. Okay, well, that's interesting. But yeah, you have to use the undercarriage lever, like actually pull it now to get it to work. So on that note, I'm going to go ahead and unbind that auto start before I forget. And we're going to call it an evening before I manage to do anything even more embarrassing, which I'm sure I could easily accomplish today. But yeah, hopefully tomorrow I'll be back to my usual doing dogfights and other things like that. Might do some IL-2 depending on when I wake up and what else I have to get done tomorrow. But I just thought I'd do a bit of practice in the Tomcat and show off my new Mirage skin. So mission accomplished there, I guess. For those of you who are new here, I am usually better at the game than this. I'm just kind of out of it today. So I wasn't even originally going to stream, but I decided I might as well. And that is the end result. Let's see who else is on. Even Twitch doesn't want to cooperate now. Let's see. Let's go say hi to Brazen, I think. There's a video online from Mirage Pilot realizing after he hit the ground they didn't lower the gear. There's a few videos like that, I'd wager. I've seen, was it a MiG-29 do it? I think I've seen an Su-27 do it. I've seen, it wasn't because of that, but I've seen an F-111 belly land. Like, not personally, but I saw video of it. Had an undercarriage issue and it belly landed. That was a Royal Australian Air Force F-111, like 10, 15 years ago. It was all over the news. It was pretty impressive. But yeah, no, that one was just me forgetting that the keybinds don't work. So you go and hit G and nothing happens. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I will probably catch you all at some point tomorrow.